Rachel McAdams was born in London, Ontario, Canada, to nurse Sandra and truck driver Lance McAdams. She grew up in St. Thomas in a Protestant household. The eldest of 3 children, she has a younger sister, Kayleen, who is a makeup artist, and a younger brother, Daniel, a personal trainer. McAdams is of Scottish, English, Irish and Welsh descent. Her maternal 5th great-grandfather, James Gray, was a Loyalist Ranger during the American Revolution and fled to Canada after the battles of Saratoga. McAdams began figure skating when she was 4, but turned down an opportunity to move to Toronto when she was 9 for pair skating training. She skated competitively until she was 18, winning regional awards. She has said that skating prepared her for acting by teaching her to be in tune with her body. McAdams attended Myrtle Street Public School and Central Elgin Collegiate Institute. She said that she did not enjoy academic work and often pretended to be sick to avoid going to school. Nonetheless, she was active in student life. In addition to playing sports, she was on the student council, participated in the Crime Stoppers program, and was a member of the peer helping team. She worked at a McDonald's restaurant during summer holidays for 3 years. She developed an interest in performing when she was 7, and while her parents did not discourage her, they did not go out and find an agent. She attended Disney and Shakespeare summer camps as a child. From age 12, she participated in Original Kids Theatre Company, London Productions, and in her late teens directed children's theatre productions. She was also involved in school stage productions, most notably winning a performance award at the Sears Ontario Drama Festival. She was inspired by 2 of her teachers, who taught her English and drama, respectively, in the 11th and 12th grades. She intended to take cultural studies at the University of Western Ontario before being persuaded by her drama teacher that a professional acting career was a viable option. She enrolled in York University's 4-year theatre program and graduated with a Bachelor of Fine Arts honors degree in 2001. While there, she worked with the Toronto-based Necessary Angel Theatre Company. In 2001, McAdams made her television debut in the MTV pilot Shotgun Love Dolls as Beth Swanson, which was filmed during spring break from York University. She also made her Canadian film debut that year in the comedy My Name is Tannino. The Italian-Canadian co-production was filmed in Sicily when McAdams was 22 years old, and it marked her first time on an airplane. McAdams later earned a Genie Award nomination in Canada for her role in the drama Perfect Pie. In 2002, she made her Hollywood film debut with Rob Schneider and Anna Faris in the comedy The Hot Chick, which McAdams has described as a huge milestone in her career. She played a catty high school student who swaps bodies with Schneider's character, a small-time criminal. Kevin Thomas of the Los Angeles Times felt she emerges as a young actress of much promise. McAdams's breakout role came in 2004, when she starred in the comedy film Mean Girls opposite Lindsay Lohan, Lacey Chabert, and Amanda Seyfried, based on Rosalind Wiseman's book Queen Bees and Wannabes. McAdams was 24 years old when she was cast as the mean high school queen bee Regina George, and she modeled her character on Alec Baldwin's performance in the drama Glengarry Glen Ross. Mike Clark of USA Today praised her comic flair while Jenny McCartney of the Daily Telegraph found her delightfully hateful. Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle felt that McAdams brings glamour and magnetism to Regina, but also the right hint of comic distance. Later in 2004, McAdams starred opposite fellow Canadian Ryan Gosling in the romantic drama The Notebook, based on Nicholas Sparks' novel of the same name. She played Allie Hamilton, a wealthy Southern belle who has a forbidden love affair with Gosling's poor laborer, Noah Calhoun. McAdams spent time in Charleston, South Carolina, prior to filming to familiarize herself with the Southern accent, and took ballet and etiquette classes. Filming took place from late 2002 to early 2003. Although McAdams and Gosling became romantically involved in 2005, they had a combative relationship on set. "We inspired the worst in each other," Gosling has said. "It was a strange experience, making a love story and not getting along with your co-star in any way." At this point in her career, McAdams was hailed as the next Julia Roberts and the new Hollywood hit girl. Vanity Fair invited McAdams, along with actresses Scarlett Johansson and Keira Knightley, to appear on its March 2006 cover, the annual Hollywood issue. Upon arrival on the photo set, McAdams discovered it was a nude session, declined and left. She later parted ways with her publicist at the time, who had not informed her in advance. Knightley later recounted, "Quite early on Rachel just said, 'No, I'm not into that. She's a lovely girl, and I really respect her for doing that.'" When asked about the incident in 2008, McAdams had no regrets. McAdams took a break from her film career from 2006 to 2007. "There were a lot of cooks in the kitchen, a lot of voices around me, and I wanted to step away so I could hear my own voice again." In 2009, McAdams starred with Russell Crowe, Helen Mirren, and Ben Affleck in the political thriller State of Play, based on the BBC drama television series of the same name. McAdams played Della Fry, an online reporter who investigates a possible conspiracy with Crowe's character, a veteran print journalist. McAdams visited the Washington Post's offices and met with politicians on Capitol Hill for her research. Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly felt she was perfectly cast as an ambitious wonk, while Sukhdev Sandhu of the Daily Telegraph noted that McAdams, with her lively eyes and large, expressive forehead, holds her own against Crowe. Mercifully, she avoids any temptation to play girly and demure to his grizzled alpha male. The film grossed over $87 million worldwide. Also in 2009, McAdams starred opposite Eric Bana in the science fiction romantic drama The Time Traveler's Wife, based on Audrey Niffenegger's best-selling novel of the same name. McAdams fell madly in love with the novel, but was initially slightly hesitant to accept the role because Claire Abshire, the long-suffering wife, is a character that people have already cast in their heads. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone said, "I'd watch the vibrant Rachel McAdams and Eric Bana in anything, but The Time Traveler's Wife is pushing it." Betsy Sharkey of the Los Angeles Times found her luminous. "Sadly, her facility as an actress is mostly wasted." In late 2009, McAdams starred in the mystery/action-adventure film Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey, Jr. and Jude Law. She played Irene Adler, an antagonist and love interest of Downey's title character Sherlock Holmes, and welcomed the opportunity to play a character who is her own boss and a real free spirit. Todd McCarthy of Variety felt her character was not very well integrated into the rest of the story, a shortcoming the normally resourceful McAdams is unable to do much about. A.O. Scott of the New York Times stated, "Ms. McAdams is a perfectly charming actress and performs gamely as the third wheel of this action bromance tricycle. But Irene feels in this movie more like a somewhat cynical commercial contrivance. She offers a little something for the ladies and also something for the lads, who, much as they may dig fights and explosions and guns and chases, also like girls." The film was a major commercial success, earning over $524 million at the worldwide box office. In 2011, McAdams starred in Woody Allen's fantasy romantic comedy Midnight in Paris with her Wedding Crashers co-star Owen Wilson and Michael Sheen. The film opened the 2011 Cannes Film Festival. McAdams played Inez, the shrewish fiancée of Wilson's character Gil. Allen wrote McAdams' part for her, after hearing glowing reports from his friend and her former co-star Diane Keaton. He said that he was crazy about Rachel and wanted to give her the opportunity to play something other than beautiful girls. In 2012, McAdams starred opposite Channing Tatum in the romantic drama The Vow, based on a true story. McAdams and Tatum played a newlywed couple who try to rebuild their relationship after a car crash leaves the wife with no recollections of who he is or their marriage. McAdams was drawn to the roller coaster faced by her character and found it interesting that the story was told through the guy's eyes. A.O. Scott of the New York Times stated that the dimply and adorable Rachel McAdams brings enough physical charm and emotional warmth to distract from the threadbare setting and the paper-thin plot. In 2013, McAdams co-starred opposite Ben Affleck in Terrence Malick's romantic drama To the Wonder. McAdams played a horse ranch worker in Oklahoma and the love interest of Affleck's character. She found Malick to be an incredibly helpful director. They discussed her character in detail and he took her on a tour of the local town, pointing out which house she would have grown up in and where she would have attended school. Upon its limited theatrical American release, the film polarized film critics. Oliver Littleton of IndieWire noted that McAdams has the least to do of the principals, but is wonderfully haunted and sad in her brief appearances. In 2015, McAdams starred with Michael Keaton, Mark Ruffalo, and Stanley Tucci as journalist Sacha Pfeiffer in Tom McCarthy's Spotlight, a drama about the child abuse scandal in Boston's Catholic Church. To prepare for her role, McAdams spent time with Pfeiffer. The film garnered universal critical acclaim, mainly for its detailed story and the performances of the ensemble cast, and won the Academy Award for Best Picture. After a year-long absence from the screen, McAdams co-starred with Jason Bateman in the comedy Game Night. Glenn Kenny of the New York Times said the film served as a reminder that Ms. McAdams is one of cinema's most accomplished and appealing comic actresses. Richard Lawson of Vanity Fair felt her character lacked any real arc or motivation of her own. But it's a testament to McAdams's talent and charm, then, that she doesn't get lost in the movie, asserting herself in every scene with a goofy brightness. She performed some of her own stunt driving in a getaway scene. Later in 2018, McAdams starred opposite Rachel Weisz in Sebastian Lelio's romantic drama Disobedience, based on Naomi Alderman's novel. Manala Dargis of the New York Times said McAdams does some lovely work here to convey a woman agonizing over her existential situation. In 2020, she co-starred with Will Ferrell in the Netflix musical comedy film Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga. McAdams reprised her role as Christine Palmer in the superhero film Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Released in May 2022, the film garnered mixed reviews. McAdams is set to star in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, a film adaptation of Judy Blume's novel of the same name, scheduled for a September 2022 release.